Are you looking for a new place to hide your snacks, or you just want to hide your change so no one won't steal it? Guess what? We're going to show you how to make a stash bear today. So stay tuned and let's make your new hiding place. For today's project, you will need a teddy bear, a glue gun, glue sticks, a pair of scissors or an X-Acto knife, and a jar. I'm showing you these two jars I got from Dollar Tree. You can pick either one based on the size of your teddy bear. So when cutting the head off the bear, I really tried to find like a seam in here, and I want to cut below the seam. So that's why I said I choose to use my Cricut scissors, because they're pretty sharp versus my regular scissors. I'm assuming these came from the Dollar Tree, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to use these because they're wonderful. I try to cut below the seam because most of the time when you cut on the seam, it might unravel. And with this bear being fuzzy, the little fuzzy fur stuff, it just gets everywhere. And that's one thing that I hate about using this type of bear. So you can get any bear that you want to use. I've even seen people use Care Bears, and they're so adorable. So I'm just going to puncture my knife in and cut all the way around until the head comes off. This feels so wrong to even do this. I never even cut the heads off my Barbie dolls. This feels wrong. See, keep going. Please don't cut yourself. So I try to push back the bow. Even though if you're on my channel, I'm assuming you know how to cut stuff. So I'm not going to make this too long-winded. There we go. You see, we're starting to open up. And you know what, matter of fact, this would be a good idea if we had a flip lid. We could put the jar in here and just flip the lid back. That would be an awesome one. So matter of fact, I'm going to look into that. But just keep cutting all the way around until the head pops off. Bam, there we go. So my head is here, the bottom of my bear is here. You see how much stuffing is coming out of this head? What I do is I just take some of the stuffing out, set it to the side. You don't have to take out too much, but I want the lid to fit on comfortably. And you'll see when I'm done. And even the bottom of my bear, I'm going to take a little bit of the stuffing out and kind of stretch it. Give yourself some room on the inside of the bear. Stretch it out. For this project, I'm going to use my black jar, the taller one. It's just my go-to. I really prefer to use this jar instead of the other one. So I leave the lid screwed on when doing this project. When you get it there, okay, that's not bad. I want it here. I leave my lid screwed on. I'm going to take my jar and shove it in here. If you feel that it's too much stuffing, or you don't like the position of your jar inside the bear, feel free, you can take more out. It just depends on how far your bear stretches. So I eyeball it, stuff like if that comes out, I just continue to pull it out. No harm, no foul. Because sometimes the stuffing at the bottom prevents your jar from going all the way to the bottom, and you want your bear to be able to sit straight up on the table without it falling over. You want it to be comfortable. So most of the time, make sure you don't have lumps of stuffing at the bottom and it's kind of flat. Like I can feel some of the jar. It's very little cushioning underneath. So I'm comfortable with this. I'm fine. I just make sure I fluff it up. Make sure the stuffing does not come up my arms. And if so, you can just take the stuffing and push it back in here. Okay. So you see how my bear comes all the way up around the corners. And sometimes if you see the bear shutting, just pull it off. It becomes a pain in the butt after a while when you're trying to hot glue it. Oh, I did a horrible job of cutting this, but it's okay. Like you see how my bear looks a little tattered around the edges. That's not a big deal. The hot glue, we're gonna fix that. Okay, so now when it's time to glue the bear to my jar, do you see where the lid and the ridges are? I don't glue it up here. I glue it directly at this corner because you don't want the bear to interfere with putting the lid on. I have some more fur coming off. Oh, jeez. Okay, so I'm gonna take my hot glue gun, put the hot glue directly on the corner. And I like to work in small sections because sometimes the corners might be a little ragged, so I might tuck them just a little bit and then bring it up to glue. Because when you tuck it up, the fur tends to sit up and it will kind of hide the seam when it's time to put the lid on. And it just looks like the bear is just flawlessly there. See? Get another glue. And this project is fairly easy, so you don't have to rush through it. It doesn't have to be perfect because I don't even cut the bear perfectly across and it's still fine. Like I said, the only thing you worry about is like the extra shedding of the fur because you cut it right there on the seams. But other than that, it's pretty good. Pretty good project to do. So the bottom, whoa, camera, wait a minute, pause. Okay, so the bottom of my bear is attached and I can just take off my lid and you see it's not touching the ridges of the jar on the inside. They're free. And your lid should be able to go all the way back down and twist on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start stretching the bear's head over top of my jar. And it might seem like it won't fit, but it will. You want it to be secure. You want it to be snug. Sometimes you just have to force it. And it's okay. See, so once we're down in there, it's on. And you see, even without me gluing it, it looks seamless again. So I know I'm going to position my bear's head straight. Look straight to me, look straight to you guys. We're good. To start this off, I'm going to lift up the bottom, and I'm going to glue not on the bottom of the lid. Can you guys see that? Not directly on the bottom, but I'm going to glue a little bit above because I really don't want my glue to seep down and seal my jar. So the same concept of what I did to the bottom, I'm going to do for the top in little sections at a time. And these little stringy pieces, like from the seams, like the white pieces, you can just snip them off. I'm OCD about it and I don't like to look at them. But take it, the bottom of your bear, and hold it down and let it dry. I use this as a reference point. You can actually do this step, this process with the head and the head still on the jar, or you can just take it off and start working your way around. And this is how I usually do it. Okay, this is to the front. Okay, so I'm going to finish back up into the small sections, piecing around. I'm going to definitely start back. So I'm going to peel back the bear a little bit, place a dab of glue. Bring the head up and over on the corner. And even when you see glue that drips down, I just take it and wipe it off. I don't recommend you touching the hot glue, but I do. I'm used to it. So same thing all the way around. Okay, now we're finished. You can put your lid on your bear and you're good to go. Isn't it so cute? It's so adorable. I'm gonna clean this bear up. All right, so now my bear has a sibling, and aren't they so adorable? They're so cute. You can put whatever you want in these bears. Like, this is my personal one, and I keep my money in here. These bears are used for 420 friendly people, and I've seen them make matching rolling trays. And if you would like to learn how to make a rolling tray, hit the link below in the description box and check out my video of how to make rolling trays. And happy crafting! Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Peace!